give me much warning.
Eh?
You didn't give me much warning.
Smile at me, happy. They tell me it's about a 1 kilometre track to get to the water.
Oh God, I can walk that.
And our campsite's right on the river. Looks like we have arrived. And
Pick your spot.
seeing it's off the peak, it looks like we've got the pick of wherever we'd like to go. So just follow it round to the left. Mona Lisa.
Okay, Mr. Taylor. We'll do that.
Wow. How beautiful is this?
It is beautiful.
Okay, we're up at the mid-north coast at the moment at a place called the Myall River Camp, which is on the Myall River, naturally, leading into the Myall Lakes, which is just north of Port Stephens, Newcastle area, to give you some idea of where we are. Absolutely magnificent camp, has to be one of the best camps I've ever known in Australia, and I've travelled Australia-wide many times, but this is a beauty. Hi guys, welcome back to Australia Let's Do It. We're finally on the road again after a bit of a short break, and we're happy to be there, let me tell you. As promised in my last video, we had a bit of a special surprise, a little special camping gadget that we found along the traps through a couple of friends of ours, and we thought we'd share this with you because we reckon it's a real beauty. It's called a CampMaid. It's probably nothing much more than a tripod that you put your camp oven on, but you just wait till you see what it can do. So what we thought we'd do for you, rather than just give you a quick demo, we're going to give you the full meal demo. But firstly, I'll show you what it's all about. There we go, box open. Okay, first of all, it consists of nothing much more than a tripod with the 3 legs just pop open. And it has this tray here, which is where we put the heat beads. A couple of handles there, and that tray clips under here onto that rod, and hence you can adjust the tray up and down towards the camp oven, and pretty much that becomes the thermostat. So as I said, let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so that's where you mount your camp oven, and simply we've got to heat the heat beads up and cook those off so they're ready to do the job properly. So what also you need is one of these canisters, I suppose you could call it, simply just to burn the heat beads off, put some heat firelighters underneath it, and then we just need to pour in some of the charcoal beads, heat beads. Still more than I put in, but anyway, it's okay. So now just by simply lighting the firelighters underneath there, give it about 20 minutes, half an hour, those heat beads will be all ready to go. So while that's burning off, we'll prepare Dougie's favourite stew for you. Now I must say before I get going, when I was born and God was handing out skills to be a cook or a chef, I was obviously not in the room. I must have been hiding somewhere because I just ain't got it. So what you're going to see now is a rarity, and yes, I've got the recipe in the background just to remind me of it, but nevertheless, and by the way, when you finish watching this video, if you tend to think you like the stew, I'll put all the ingredients and the recipe in the bottom of the description box below. So here we go. Firstly, we've got 2 onions that we've got to cut up into about 15mm cubes, somewhere around that. Good enough. A couple of celery stalks into probably 1.5 centimetre length, something like that. This is just for the taste, obviously. And of course the main ingredient, wouldn't be a stew without the beef, would it? So we have a kilo of chuck steak, which which my butcher kindly diced for me to save me the trouble. And so yeah, once we get all that ready, we'll now go and get the camp oven ready. We've got to preheat the camp oven and then brown off, I should say, the onion. So here we go. Okay, so the heat beads are all burnt off now, ready to do their job. So it's just a matter of filling the tray up, putting on the oven there, and a few on top. So we'll preheat that oven to get that oven nice and up to 180 degrees, and then we'll be ready to put the onion in and brown the onion off. Okie doke. Nice and warmed up. So just to reiterate, we've got, but as I said, it will be in the description box below. We've got 1 kilo of steak, 2 onions cubed up to about 15 centimetres, 4 carrots cut up into appropriate sizes, 2 celery sticks cut into about 1.5 centimetre sticks. So the first thing is a little bit of oil, and we brown off the onion. I must admit I am cheating a little bit here for convenience sake. It's nice and easy just to turn the stove on and keep the heat there just for a little while. Makes the job a little bit quicker. Alright, I think we're browned off enough, so let's get ready for the rest of the ingredients. Alright, here goes our kilo of chuck steak, all diced up nicely. Give that a little bit of a stir. Starting to look good, Lisa. Okay, basically just shove all the rest in. Not much of a pattern to it. Right. Now for the liquids. We need a cup of boiling water. And I think we need half a cup of the trusty red wine. One. And what do we need then? We need 1/4 cup of sweet chili sauce. Yeah, I've got the right one to help in it. Okay. We need some soy sauce. We need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, which will be that one there. The dark soy sauce, by the way, so they tell me. Tablespoons of that, and we need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Probably the dark one too, goodness knows, don't ask me. Nearly done. We need tablespoon of oregano. Tablespoon's bound to be here somewhere. Rough enough. And a tablespoon of paprika. Big stir. Now the best part, back on the fire. Well, back on the heat beads, I should say. Back on the CampMaid. The lid. Just to start with, I'll wind up the thermostat and bring up the heat beads a bit to get it going. There's our thermostat. It's probably about 220 degrees. Aha. And that's it. So we just let that sit there now for 4 to 5 hours, and what I think we might do, we might go for a fish up this beautiful Myall River and see if we can catch a fish. Knowing my luck today, I will catch one because we normally want it for dinner, but obviously we're having stew for dinner tonight. So anyway, we'll go for fish and show you the Myall River. Well, let's go for a fish while that beautiful stew's cooking, Dale.
Yeah, let's do that. That's fantastic.
When we smell it from up the river, we know it's cooked. We'll come back.
We will.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you just disappeared.
No, that's all right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo!
We just caught a fish.
Woo!
Oh, no wonder you're breaking up.
Way, what do you know?
We've got a little flathead.
It's not a
Oh,
flathead.
what is it?
It's a brim.
It's a brim. Oh, you can tell I know my fish.
Anyway, we'll get back here shortly and we'll definitely catch a keeper.
Bumps on the side.
All right, the acid test. Let's have a bit of a check of it, eh, to see what's happening. Oh, Jesus, check that out. Is that not good or what? I'm only half done. Look at that. Oh, Dougie's going to be a happy boy tonight. Now the acid test, guys. Must have that taste test before we dish it up. Tender as. I think we might dish up, eh? All right, this is the test. I wish you could all be here. Cheers, guys. Okay guys, there you go. That's the CampMaid, my favourite little addition to my camping gear. And don't forget, as I said, I'll put the description in the box below so you can get one off eBay if you like, whole 27 bucks. So I hope you've enjoyed this little episode on the Myall River camp, which is only about 5 k's out of Tea Gardens, if you know where Tea Gardens is. And if you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe and notification buttons. That way you'll be kept up to date with everything that's coming and happening. And as for things that are coming and happening, as I said, I had a bit of a surprise for you. Our next video will be a trip and a journey to the Flinders Ranges in South Australia. And you might think, well, yeah, I've seen the Flinders before. Trust me, you probably haven't seen where we're taking you. This is some of the best views I've ever seen in the Flinders in all my travels. So stay tuned, that edition will be coming up real soon. Cheers for now.